Hey everyone, happy Monday. It's Hiedi Scott with DIY and on this video tutorial I'm going to show you some really fun mixed media kind of projects that you can make using vintage sheet music. And mixing it up with a whole bunch of different things like glitter, ribbon, lace, tin from Dollar Tree, all kinds of different things. So I'm going to show you how to make these little dough bowl fillers, or you could even hang them on a tree if you do that, or hang them in the kitchen, this kind of thing. I'm going to show you how to make that kind of thing, and look at the back of it. I'm going to show you how to make these. I have some new twigs in that white vase in my kitchen eating area. And so I'm going to make some little hangy downy things for that. And then I'm going to show you how to make a banner. So we have lots to do here. It's going to be super duper fun. And we're going to be starting with some sheet music. So I get this question all the time. Where do you get your sheet music? Well, I get my sheet music at Goodwill mostly. In fact, I was just there a little while ago checking things out. I found some Longaberger baskets and they were $5 a piece. And of course I had to rescue them. I could not leave them there. But anyway, so Goodwill is where I find the most of my sheet music. But you might have some left over if you had kids that played piano or were in the marching band or in symphony or choir. It could be absolutely any kind of music. It doesn't have to be anything specific. And when you're looking for sheet music, there's going to be all different colors. So there's going to be some that's just white, some that's creamy white, and some that is kind of yellow like this. And what you use is just personal preference. So this is a book that I found probably about a year ago, and obviously I've used a lot of it. Can you see that? And I'm just going to take some sheets out. I'm using my handy dandy little Fiskars X-Acto knife. And I'm just, this part, there's no need to be neat because it's not going to show anywhere. And I'm just going to take two pieces out for right now so that I can show you a couple things with it. And I think we'll start with the banner. Okay? As you're hopping on, say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you have any questions along the way. Feel free to sprinkle and all that good kind of stuff. I see lots of people hopping on. Yay! Okay, so these projects that we're doing, I'm using things that I have around. So I want to try to remember as I'm going through this to talk to you about substitutes so that you can make these projects in your style to go with your decor using the things that you have. Okay, so I'm using sheet music. That's what I have. Maybe you don't have any sheet music, but you have scrapbook paper, or you have craft paper, or you really have any kind of paper whatsoever. You can use that. Now, I don't like my, let's see, what should I start with? Okay, so the first thing I did with my sheets was I decided how big, we're making a banner, and these are some of the banner pieces that I already made before we came live, just so I'd be ready to go. It's going to be this little pointy flag, heart, and it's going to be going over that area in my kitchen eating area that has all the milk glass and just different white dishes and stuff. Okay, so I measured the thing that I had there already. So if you want to get a piece of paper, and I'll tell you the size. This is 4.5 inches wide, and I know it's six inches long. Okay, and then I just cut from the point. So if you start with your paper folded, it makes your work half as difficult. Okay, so the first time I made it, now I have a pattern, but the first time I made it, I just measured down basically 6 inches from where I wanted it to end, which I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna snip a little bit of this blank space off because I don't like that. I think it looks funny on banners and things when you have just a big negative space. Okay, so I'm gonna measure 6 inches down. And where's my pen? And draw a line. I'll show you in just a second. Where's my 6? There's my 6. And then I said it was 4.5 inches wide, so we're only measuring 2 1/4 over because when it's open, it'll be 4.5. I have to put on my glasses. This is a really fun project, and it looks just as cute using scrapbook paper or even brown craft paper as it does using sheet music. You could also use books. Books are great. I've been doing a lot of crafting lately with my vintage Reader's Digest book. Let me show you what that looks like. It's right here. So I've literally just been taking it apart. And you could do this exact same project with something like this, or it could even be a Dollar Tree book. It does not have to be vintage. Okay, so I just drew a line that was 2 1/4 inches out so that when it's open, it'll be 4.5 inches wide. And then it's 6 inches tall. And I'm just gonna draw this. We'll cut it out and I'll show you the next step. I need my glasses. I cannot see. So how are you guys doing today? Did any of you guys see Christ in Crafting yesterday? That is my favorite day of the week, and I think it was good. I was happy with how everything went. I was happy with the topic. I hope you guys enjoyed it and that it was meaningful. Okay, so I just cut this out, and now I'm gonna take from the point, we're making this part. And you guys, this is so elementary, but I'm gonna show you nonetheless. Just choose a random point, okay? And then I'm just using a hole punch, and there's no specific place to put it, just wherever you want. And there we go, I have 2 pieces, okay? So these are not the exact same size as the ones that I did before. Oh, and then the hearts. Okay, to do the hearts, all I did was I just free-handed cut, I mean, you know how to make a heart. That's like the most basic thing. And then I did the same thing. Okay, so put this over here. All right, oh my gosh, I'm covered in glitter. I had glitter in my eyebrows earlier. There's little traces of glitter everywhere. I've been in the house today. Hey Sherry, hi Sylvia. Hey Elizabeth and Robin and Lisa. Thank you guys so much for watching. Okay, so now when you're doing these, if you're gonna do glitter today, you can use Elmer's glue, you can use Eileen's glue, you can use any kind of white school glue. I think you could even use glue sticks. What I'm using today is Mod Podge. So you don't have to have Mod Podge, just some kind of a glue that's going to dry clear. All right, and I'm going to show you the 2 different styles. And I'm using today this glitter, but you could use gold or clear, or you could skip glitter altogether or colored. It does not have to be this brand, but this is my favorite brand from Walmart. It's super affordable. And there's 2 different styles. And you just gotta decide what you like. This is heavy. Can you see? Heavy on the glitter, and this is thinner. So I think last year I did heavier, but this year I'm gonna do thinner. But again, that's personal preference. So what I did with this is I just took one of my pieces here and a paper plate, and I took a stiff bristled brush, but use what you have, to get some Mod Podge on it, and then I just pushed it around the edges. Can you guys see what I'm doing? So I had sort of I'll show this up close. There's kind of a bead, a raised edge of this Mod Podge on here. And I want it to show up on the front, but I don't want it to be thick for this style. If you're doing the other style, the thicker, you can just lay your paper down and run your paintbrush, or you could even just use like an Elmer's glue bottle and put a line of glue on it and then smudge it with your fingers. So I know I've been explaining this a lot lately, I think. My goal here at DiyDreaming is not that you guys should all be doing vintage sheet music with silver glitter and lace, and you know, that's my style. Really what I want to be doing is just showing you what the steps are to make a banner, and then I want to encourage you to do it in your own style, and not in my style, in your own style. Why do I have a paper plate? I have so many things here. Okay, so if you can see, there's just a little thin bead around the edge, and I'm just gonna lay it on a paper plate. We're not fancy here. I use a lot of paper plates for different things. And I'm just gonna open the whole bottle. Takes too much time to sprinkle it, and I'm literally just pouring, you know, a substantial amount of the glitter out on my paper plate around the edges. See what I've got there? Hey, and if these comments down here are bothering you, they're right in the way of my hands, depending on what device you're watching this on, you should be able to swipe them. Where am I? It's either up or to the side, and they should disappear. And then if you want them back, you can swipe them the opposite direction and they'll come back. So now I'm just gonna tap off my little banner piece, and you can see I just have a thin bead. And I chose not to do this top area. That's just a preference, but you can do whatever you like. This is gonna be your banner. Okay, and I have all this glitter here. I'm not gonna throw it away. I'm gonna fold my plate in half. I'm gonna do this so you can see that I won't spill. And I'm just tapping. Not that this glitter is super valuable, but shoot, why waste it, right? Okay, so we have this drying. And in the meantime, I have one that's ready to go. Okay, and I did the exact same thing with a heart. Okay, so when you're getting ready to string a banner, let's string it and then we'll go on to the next step. And we're just gonna do this one as a kind of short banner. Oh, perfect. I'm using that polished hemp, that twine from Walmart. I'll show you what it looks like, that I love so much. This is what it looks like. Natural polished hemp. It's in the jewelry section at Walmart, but you could use yarn. You could use any kind of, you could use raffia, you could use thread. I mean, you can use whatever you want to string it, okay? So I want the majority of this hidden when I hang up my banner. And I'm gonna hang it on the back. I'm gonna put that through the back so that, okay, so here's the front and here's the back. So you don't see it. And one reason why I really love making my banners with that crease down the center is because it gives them some dimension and they don't look so flat. I don't know if these are good tips or not, or if you're thinking, oh my word, Heidi, we already know all of that. But I'm just gonna tell you everything. Okay, so I would, if the other piece gets dry here shortly, I would add it on there. Okay, now I've had a lot of you guys ask me, how did I keep my pieces from scooching around and ending up on top of each other? Well, the answer to that is super duper simple. I just took a glue gun and I put a little bead of glue in the center where that crease is. I figured out how far roughly I wanted them apart, and then I just stuck my twine in it. And now they won't be scooching around. Does that make sense? Because there's a little dot of glue on the back of each one. Okay, so now decorating them, that's when it gets really fun. Oh my goodness. Let's put the glitter and the Mod Podge over here. All right, there's so many different things that you can put on them. One idea is I have this, I don't know where I got this. I guess one year at Christmas time, we were gonna do those little wreaths on the front of our house that have ribbon on them. And so, I must have changed my mind. So I have 21 feet of this silver sparkly ribbon. I'm pretty sure this came from Hobby Lobby, and I probably bought it when it was 40% off, so it was probably just a couple of dollars. It was $5 regular price. But that doesn't matter. I'm just gonna show you what you could do with this. This ribbon is 2.5 inches wide. So you could take any ribbon that you like, a plaid, a black and white check, a polka dot, a solid, any color. And this is wired, so that does make it a little bit easier to work with. Where did I put my scissors? Here they are. So to make a heart, I always start with a fold. And I'm gonna be cutting the wire part of this off, and I'm just gonna roughly cut a heart. They don't have to all be identical. Oops. And there we go. Perfect. My pen. Okay, so one thing I could do is I could take this that I cut out of the that silver ribbon. I did a whole bunch of them, and I could use these on my project. I could put them on both pieces if I wanted. I'm going to show you what that might look like. Oops. And this would look totally different if you're using a different kind of paper or a different kind of ribbon, but same idea. So I could do that. That's one idea. Another fun idea that, of course, I love is using some of this Dollar Tree, these, what are they called? Disposable cooking sheets. They come 2 in a pack. They look like this. It's nice, soft tin. Next time I make bacon in the oven, I'm gonna remember to use one of these because dang, when you make bacon in the oven, well, I know it's not healthy for you, but anyways, it is a disaster to clean up your cookie tin or whatever you cooked it on. So it's for this kind of thing, or for when you're baking cookies and you don't want to hassle with you know, washing a pan, so you can just throw it away. You get 2 of them for $1, so they're 50 cents a piece. And they're nice. I like them. So this is one that I've already been fiddling with, and I have this punch that is perfect for this time of year. It's from Hobby Lobby. It's a 3-inch heart punch. I got it when it was 40% off. There's no brand. This is the store brand. And I removed the little plastic thing here because it just got in my way. So This will go up, any of those punches will go through these cookie tins so easy. So I'm just gonna show you. Dun, dun, dun. So, another thing that we could do is we could use, we hold these on here and hold it up so you can see it. We could use the Dollar Tree little tin pieces on our banner. That would be super duper cute. We may come back to that because I have an idea. I want to layer, okay? And layer whatever you have sitting around. All right, another thing you can do, which is really fun, I picked this up at Dollar Tree also. It was the last one. I don't know if maybe your Dollar Tree has this and mine is just out, but it's a wall creation, Main Street wall creation, removable wall tile, peel and stick, and it looks like tin. So, it's meant to go on your backsplash, I guess. So I just took my same punch and put it in here. And dun da da, this is what you get. And you can remove the sticky part on it, and it could go, you could put that on your banner pieces. And that would be totally lovely. And it would not require any glue or anything because these are adhesive. You just, it's hard to get the back off. But I did that. I punched one and I put it on here. So you just stick it onto your thing. Another idea that you could do is you could use some lace of some sort, or a doily, or a piece of burlap, or any kind of fabric that you like, and you could cut a heart and you could use that. So I think we're gonna mix this up a little bit here, and I personally, this is the look I'm loving. Very neutral. I'm loving all this lace. This lace came from Hobby Lobby. It's really stiff. We used it yesterday. We used it yesterday when we were making this. Let me show you. We were making this banner, which had all this love stuff, and we made this piece. I bought it when it was 40 or 50% off because that's the only time I ever buy ribbon at Hobby Lobby is when it's on sale. And it was probably $3 or $4 maybe, if even that. But use what you have, okay? So I think I'm gonna put this on this piece and then we're gonna layer, okay? And I'm gonna just use some of my low temperature hot glue. Yesterday, somebody was saying to me that they didn't think they could do my project because they didn't have all the stuff they needed. And this is what made me really motivated to encourage you guys that you can do all of these projects. Just do them just a little different using what you have and what you love. Okay, so that's glued on there. I could then put a piece of this, oh, that's cute. This was the ribbon. Let's do that. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Okay. And I have a bunch of doilies. And today I spent some time cutting one of them apart. Did you know that you can do that? And I got a whole bunch of these little round things. So I could put something like that in the middle, but that is too big. Let's see if I have a smaller piece. This could be a vintage button. I have all these sweet little snowflakes that my friend Patricia crocheted for me. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. So we're gonna put that on there. And I will hold it up and show you. So I could do something very similar on the next one or completely different. I could do them all exactly the same or alternate them or do every single one different. And you're just gonna thread as many of these on here as you want. I have the one from winter that has snowflakes stenciled on it and the glitter. I have it hanging over my plate rack thing in my kitchen eating area. And I just put it, just attached it to the top with some tape. So what do you guys think? Pretty darn cute, huh? All right, well that is basically the idea for that. Let's move on to the next thing, which is making a stuffed paper heart. Again, this could be scrapbook paper, craft paper, it could be a book page. It can be whatever size you want. I did do something kind of different today with this one, but we're not going to do it with the one that we're making. I did not sleep. Where am I? I did not sleep well last night. And so this morning I happened to catch one of Barb from the Shabby Tree, one of her fun videos. She's so cute. She's the cutest darn thing ever. And she reminded me that you can sew on paper. So I got my sewing machine out. It's right over here. And where am I? Okay, I need to go back a little bit. And so for this one, I just laid my two pieces together and I sewed 3/4 of the way around it. Can you see? I'm just using the thread that was in there in my bobbin is almost empty. And that is really, that is a struggle for me to remember how to refill my bobbin. But I'm gonna have to do that in the next day. Anyway, so I just sewed around it and then I just took some pillow fluff from a pillow that I wasn't using anymore. You guys probably think, Heidi, you are so darn cheap. Why don't you just go buy some? Like, well, why should I when I have some just here? And I just stuffed just a little bit of it in here. And then I sewed the rest of it closed. And on this side, I put some of the ribbon that we were using that was left over from yesterday that I stenciled with that repeating love pattern, which if you, I didn't even think to do this, but if you want the links to that love pattern repeating stencil, and I used silver ink on it from Magnolia Design Company. If you want that, the link to that, just say link in the comments. But that's the only stencil that we're gonna be talking about today. So I just glued that on, and then with a heavy hand, I did a thick bead. Oh, and I made a little bow, which I'll show you how to do that the easy way in just a second. Then I just went around it and added some glitter. And on this side, I stuck on one of the hearts that I punched out of this. And I glued on one of those little doilies. I'll probably jazz that up a little bit, but this would look super cute in a dough bowl, in any really kind of bowl or display that might have rattan balls, or, I mean, it could have pine cones, it could have anything in it, any kind of bowl filler. To have just a couple of these poked in there for Valentine's, I think is super cute. So, okay, so if you don't have a sewing machine, this is what you're gonna do. I just cut 2 hearts, pretty easy. And they're the same size. And I am going to use my hot glue gun, and we're just gonna go, we're gonna start at the top and we'll leave the bottom open. So, I'm just gonna put some glue around here. Close it. And then I need to remember not to glue this completely shut, so we'll start at the bottom. We'll leave this part open. Okay, and now essentially I have this little envelope that I can stuff that I did not glue shut, but why am I not opening it? Not able to open it. Okay, here we go. Oh gosh, I almost did glue it shut. We have a very small opening to work with. Leave a little bit bigger opening than that. So then I would just take some of my fluff and fill it up. And personally, when I'm making these, I made these last year too. I don't know where I made them with brown craft paper and they were super cute. I'm not sure where they are. They might not have survived after Valentine's Day was over. I may have tossed those. But I did the exact same thing here. Just gonna use my scissors to poke that in. So both sides of the heart have a little dimension. Get in there. Okay, and I can fiddle around with it some more when I'm done. Okay. So now I'm going to glue it closed. And I tore it just a little bit because I went too far. Darn it. Oh well, we can cover that up. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, here's our dimensional heart with just a little fluff in it. What do you guys think so far? Do you like this project? Depending on what kind of paper you have hanging around, and if you have a pillow you can take apart or you have some quilt batting or something, you can make this for free. Okay, and now we can decorate it however we want. We could do, some lace or some, like I bought this vintage lace when I was at Scott's Antique Market. I think that's what we'll do. We'll use that. Or, you know what? I bought some pom-poms. Let's see what that looks like. I'll leave this out. This might be too big. I think it is. This was another Goodwill find. I think it's too big. Okay, so I'm just going to use a little bit of this lace and I'm going to go sideways. I like that look better. Just going to start gluing in any old place. And glue down to the end. Whoops. And then, so this is what I have. I'm going to cut this off. I'll glue it down really nice and secure so that doesn't fray too bad. Same with this side. Okay, now because I didn't do the middle, I could pop something in there like a piece of tin. Or a piece of this. I think this would be cuter. Or I could do it over the top. I think we'll do it underneath just a little bit, but in line with where the heart shape is. Just gonna tack it down just a little bit. And then let me show you how to do that bow that is so easy. This is Walmart ribbon. It's thin, it's silver. It was probably 99 cents. It's not expensive at all. And they always have it. So to make a cute little bow, you know that breast cancer shape, I don't know what that's called. Anyways. Let's do it on here. I'm going to lay my ribbon down and put a little blob of glue here. I'll show you in just a second. We'll trim this all up so it's nice and neat. This is the shape I was talking about. I don't know what that's called. A ribbon. I don't remember, but they have it for autism awareness, for all kinds of different health issues, and for breast cancer. Okay, and then I'm just going to put a little blob of glue at that intersection on the back, right here. And I'll push the top into it, and I have a little bow that is sweet and was super easy to make. And this is what it looks like. Pretty cute, huh? And this is what it looks like from the back. So you could do either side, whichever one you like the best. And I could put that right here. I could put it at the bottom. Let's just do it at the bottom. We're not going to do glitter on this one because it's just way too messy. But you get the idea. You could do that for sure. And this is just the start. And then you just start layering whatever you want on it. Little scraps of ribbon, little scraps of fabric, other kinds of paper cut in the heart shape, tin, ribbon that you've cut into hearts. Really, the possibilities are so, I mean, you can do anything, and you can do one side or both. And if you wanted to hang it, I had something over here that I was kind of thinking about. These are just some beads, natural wood beads that I ordered from Amazon. I could do something like this. Or I could just do a little loop with some of my silver ribbon. So, so, so easy. Okay, what was the other thing I was going to show? Oh, I know. Okay. And we have done a project similar to this before, but I want to show you this again. I'm going to do a bunch of these, and I'm hanging them on my new little branches that I ordered from Amazon. They're okay. I'm not super duper thrilled with them. I know I'll be able to do a lot of different things with them. This is 4 pieces of sheet music that I punched out. Let's see, do I have 4 over here? Hope so. Okay, I just used this punch and that same sheet music, but again, you can do whatever kind of paper you want. Okay, and I have 4 pieces, and I'm just going to lay them all together. All right, and then I'm going to fold them in half. You could do 6 pieces or 8 pieces, however full you want it to be. And on the ones I made this morning, I used that idea that Barb gave me from the shabby tree yesterday, or early this morning, middle of the night, whatever it was. And I just used my sewing machine, and I just sewed a stitch straight up the middle. But I know a lot of you guys don't have sewing machines, or maybe you don't know how to sew. So let's do it with hot glue. Where can I put this? All right, so all you're gonna do is put a little band of glue down the center on one, and then you'll layer your next one on top of it. Then you'll put another band of glue down the center of that. Lay your next one on there. Can you guys see what I'm doing? I'm just putting glue right here, and then I'll put a band of glue right here. I'll lay my last piece on it. And then I'm going to start fluffing them out and bending in both directions. And I would fiddle with it for a little while, but you get the idea. There's your 3-dimensional heart, okay? This one I hung with some of that little silver ribbon, so let's do that. Let me show you how I did that. And it was too long. I wish I would have made it shorter. Okay, so any one of the spots, I'm just gonna go inside to the center and put a little dab, and I'm sticking one end of my ribbon into it. And then anywhere about, you know, the other side, I'm going to put a little dab in the center of glue, and I'm sticking the other end in it. And voila. Isn't that so cute? Okay, let's glitter this one though. And there's a lot of different ways that you could do it. We can, where's my Mod Podge? Here it is. We could do it real light like I did this one that barely has any on the edges. Or we could do it sort of more in the inside, just do a blob. Let's try that and see how that looks. So, I'm just going to, on each page, put a little random. I don't want them to stick together, that's the only thing. So I might have to do just a few at a time. Okay, take our silver glitter. And let's see what we've got. I really have no idea how this is even gonna look. I'm not sure where that glue went exactly. And this does look a little bit messy, but you know what? The thing is, once it's hanging up, it's good to have a little variety. So, and you could always glitter your pages before you put them together. So these are the 3-dimensional hearts that we made. And this is how I conserve on my precious glitter, which was about $4 for the whole thing, but heck, I love it. I can't get it out very often though because my husband gets mad. He does not like he'll say that there's sparkles everywhere. He'll say, Heidi, the dogs have sparkles on their noses, or you have sparkles in your eyebrows, or there's sparkles on the dishes in the kitchen. And he's not wrong. So I try to only glitter, you know, once every couple of weeks. Okay, so just to review, let's see. I showed you the start of making a banner, and where did I put that? It's over here. And I would go flag, heart, flag, heart, flag, heart. I showed you how to do all that. And I showed you the difference between a heavy and a thinner application. And you just do what you like. And then I showed you these stuffed heart bowl fillers. This one was sewn. This one I just used hot glue. They're equally nice. I don't think you need to worry about sewing them unless that's just the most convenient thing for you. And then I showed you these little 3-dimensional hearts. So that was pretty much what I wanted to show you guys today. A little sparkle doesn't hurt anyone. That's how I feel, Pam. You're right. Is that the shirt that you changed the sleeves on? Yes, it is. And you know what? This is one of my favorite shirts now. I should have ironed it because it was super wrinkled after it sat in the dryer a little too long. But anyways, yes, it was one of the shirts that we made a while back. I hope that these 3 projects were inspiring to you, that you're encouraged that you can do all of this. You can do it with stuff that you probably already have on hand. If not, maybe pick up a few things like some tin at Dollar Tree, or some sale ribbon, or a couple new pieces of scrapbook paper, or look at your Goodwill for old lace or for sheet music. Call a friend, a neighbor that you know their kid was in band and ask them. They probably already got rid of that, but if they still have their music from that, they'd probably be pretty quick to part with it. And just use what you have, make it in your style to fit the colors in your house for, you know, whatever appeals to you. You don't have to do these exactly the way I did. This is just what appeals to me. So anyways, if you liked this project, I would love for you to sprinkle this video to your social media. That would be awesome. And sprinkle, in case you don't know what that word is, that is just a Facebook word for taking this video and putting it on your Facebook page. Just sharing it to your Facebook page. If you want to see what we're doing tomorrow and the next day and the next day, and then next week's Christ and Crafting, you want to see all the pictures I'll be posting because I have some good projects to show you. If you want pancakes, that's my analogy that I'm using for purposes of Facebook. If you want pancakes, you want to be served pancakes, or you want to be served my projects, give me a this, or say something in the comments, ask a question, and make sure that you've liked and followed DIY Dreaming, and then you'll be more likely to get what's up next. So, can you show us up close the pin thing behind you, please? Pin thing. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Are you asking about these necklaces, maybe? This was one of the things we did. Or, gosh, I don't know what you were asking about. I'll look at the comments and I will answer you though. So you guys have a great rest of your day. Look for some pictures later this afternoon here in these comments and also on DIY Dreaming. Feel free to ask me questions if you do. And you know what? One last thing. If you do this kind of a project or any one of these three, and you do it your own style, your own colors to go in your theme of decor, I would love to see what that looks like. So share your pictures over at Dreamy DIY. Okie dokie. Have a great rest of your day.